Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Ultravision Academy. So, 11th Science English Medium Computer Subject. We are studying chapter number 6, Introduction to Linux Operating System. We have studied MV command in the last lecture. So now let's go ahead. So next command is more command. Actually, this command we have seen previously. Let's see how to use it. Previously we have used more command with cal command. So suppose if you give cal 2020, then it will show you the full calendar of 2020. But you can see here few things it is not able to show here. Let's increase the size so that you can come to know. So when again we execute this command cal 2020, then you can see all the information we are not able to see on one page. So if you want to see information page wise, then you can use more command with cal command. So cal 2020, then pipe sign, and then you have to give more command. So more command will display information page wise. It will show you first page, and when you press space bar or any other key, then it will display other information. So this way more command can be used to display information page wise. Now let's see which files are available here. You can see here ABC file is there, and this file I have created a simple text file which that contains several details. So for example, if you want to see the contents of this file, then you can give cat file name. There are lots of things written here, so we are not able to see all the information at a time. So instead of using cat command, you can use more command here, more ABC. Then it will display information page wise. At last you can see at the last line it shows more 31%. It means 31% information has been displayed. So when you press space bar, it will display another information. So this way we can display information page wise using more command. So remember, more command shows information page wise. The next is CMP command. CMP means comparing two files. Actually there are two commands similar to this work. One is CMP and another is DIFF. So let's see the difference between these two commands. It compares two files. So there are test1, test2, test3. These files are there in our computer. So let's copy test1 and create test11 file. Because we have copied this file, so the contents are same. Now let's compare. So CMP test1 space test11. Now if both the files are similar, having same contents, then just it will show you $prompt. It will not display any message. But if both the files are different, say for example CMP test1 test2, then it will display where the difference is. So on byte 13 line 1, both the files differ. So this way we can come to know whether the files are equal or not. There is also another command similar to CMP, that is DIFF. Now let's see the difference. So when you give DIFF test1 test11, because both the files are equal, so it will display it will not display any output similar to cmp command. But now let's see the difference. Say for example diff test1, test2. Now both the files are different, so it will display the contents of both the files here, you can see. Now let's see what happens if we give test1 and test, because you know in test file the first line is taken from test1 and second line is taken from test2. So if you give this command, then it will show you the difference between both the files. So where the text differs, it will show you the detail. So this way cmp and diff command works. Now next command is wc, and remember wc means word count. The full form of wc is word count, but this command counts not only words but also number of characters and number of lines in a file. So for that you have to give options. For example, if you give -l, then it will display number of lines. If you give -w, then it will display number of words, and if you give -c, then it will display number of characters. Here remember, space bar is also considered as character, so it will also count space bar while you when you give -c. So let's see the output. Say suppose our file snr1, let's take snr1 file. So wc -l snr1, this is the syntax. So it will show you 2 snr1, it means there are 2 lines. When you type the output of this command, you can come to know that there are 2 lines that we have written. So wc -l shows number of lines, wc -w shows number of words. 16 snr1, it means there are 16 words in snr1 file. Same way wc -c will show you number of characters, 107. This is the size of file. So you can say that using wc -c command you can find out the size of file. So total 107 bytes, 107 characters are there. You can also use all these options simultaneously. For example, wc -lwc means lines, words, characters, snr1. Then it will display all the information: total number of lines, total number of words, and total number of characters. Then doesn't matter if you give in any sequence, cwl, it will display in a particular system only, sequence only. So this way you can find out number of lines, words, and characters. Now next command is ls -l. When you give ls -l, ls command shows the list of files, whereas -l is option that is used to display the entire information regarding file. So each line per file it shows, and here see the first character it shows, that is either dash or D. And remember, dash means this is file, whereas D means this is directory. So here XYZ is directory. As we have seen previously, you might remember how to distinguish a file and directory name. A directory name Linux shows in blue color. Another thing, while using ls minus f command, it shows / at the end of directory name. And the third thing, in my ls minus l command, it shows d as a first character if it is directory, and dash as a first character if it is file. After that, there are groups of 3 characters. Let's see again, ls minus l. You can see here, let's see the example of this first line, means abc file. So it shows rw dash, r dash dash, and r dash dash. There are 3 groups of 3 characters. Then it shows one, whether it is file or directory, another thing to distinguish file and directory. After that, it shows the name of the user twice. After that, it shows the size of a file. So here you can see 107 bytes, that is for SNR1. Then the date on which we have created this file, January 18, the time 9/12, and then at last it shows the file name. Here remember, in Linux there are 3 types of users, or you can say persons. One is owner, means the owner of file. Another is group. It means we can create a group in Linux, and we can make few users as members of this group. And the third thing is other. It means except group. It means a particular person is not a member of a particular group. In the output, the second, third, and fourth character shows the permission of user. It means owner of file. So here it shows rw dash. Remember, there are 3 types of permissions: read, write, and execute. R, that is for read, W, that is for write, and X for execute. Now suppose if it shows rw dash, it means read and write permission is there, but execute permission is not there. Then if it shows r dash dash, it means there is only read permission for the file, and write permission and execute permission is not there. So this way we can come to know the permissions of a particular file. So remember, character number 2, 3, and 4, these 3 characters show the permission of user, means owner of the file. Here you can come to know the owner. Who is owner? That name is written here. So second, third, and fourth character, that is for owner's permission, user's permission, you can say. Then 5th, 6th, and 7th character, that is for the group permission. It means the user having a group, so that group contains the permission of r dash dash. Say for example, there are various users like student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, and student 5. Now here student 1 is owner. Now we can create a group. For example, for science users, we have created a group named science, and we have made members student 1, student 2 and student 3. Student 4 and student 5 are not members of science group. Then remember, character number 5, 6 and 7 shows the permission of student 2 and student 3, those who are members of science group. So student 1 is owner, whereas student 2 and student 3, these two are members of this group. So here it shows the permission of group. And the last three characters, that is character number 8, 9 and 10, these three characters show the permission of other users. It means student 4 and student 5. So this way permission works. So ls minus l command shows the permission for each and every file in a directory. Remember, ls minus l command shows permission here. But if you want to change permission, then you can use chmod command. So let's see the next command, that is chmod. Here you can see the output. The details are given here. The first character shows the type of object, that is whether it is file or directory. If it is file, then it will show dash. If it is directory, then it will show D. Then character number 2, 3 and 4 shows the permission of owner. RWX, it means owner contains all the permissions regarding file. Then character number 5, 6, 7 shows the permission of the group, and 8, 9, 10 characters show the permission of other users. Now we can change the permission. So how to change permission? For that we have to use chmod command. So let's see first output, ls minus l. Now you can see here for snr1 file, the permission is rwx for user. Now if you want to take away permission, then you have to use minus sign, and if you have to give permission, then you have to use plus sign. So let's see how to do chmod. From owner, it means from user, we need to take permission of execution, of file execution from snr1. So for user, it means u character, we have to take permission, so we have to use minus sign. And which permission? For example, execute, for that we have to give x. For which file, that also we have to specify, so snr1. So chmod u minus x means from user take away execute permission for snr1 file. Now again, when you see the output ls minus l, it will show you rw dash for snr1, you can see here. So this way we can change the permission. So remember, ls minus l command is used to view permissions, whereas chmod command is used to take away or give permissions. Actually there are two ways to change permissions using chmod command. First is relative method and another is absolute method. Relative method already we have used, that is relative. So say for example for snr1, now we want to give w permission to others and group. So for all users we need to give write permission for. So for that, let's see the command. So chmod user, actually w permission is there for user, but then also we can give. So W sorry, U for group G, for other O, plus W, and then file name SNR1. It means it will give permission because plus sign is given. It will give write permission to all user, group and others. Enter. So now if you see the output ls minus l, then it will show you rw dash rw dash rw dash. So this way we can change permissions. This is called relative method. It is because already permissions are set, we are making little bit changes. But we can also use absolute method. Absolute, it means to set the permissions at our own. So doesn't matter what permissions are there, it will change the entire permissions. So for that we have to use octal number. See here we have to use octal number. Now let's see how octal number works, but before that you must understand the numbering system. Actually there are 4 numbering systems: binary system, octal system, decimal numbering system, and 4th is hexadecimal numbering system. Actually this topic we have taken already in the first lecture. So in binary there are 2 digits only, 0 and 1. In octal there are 8 digits: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Remember 8 and 9 digits are not there in octal numbering system. Then decimal is our own numbering system, the numbering system that we are using in maths. So it contains 10 different digits: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Total 10 individual digits are there. In hexadecimal there are 16 digits. Decimal means 10 and hexa means 6. So total there are 16 digits. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for the value of 10 we have to use A. For the value of 11 we have to use B. Same way C, D, E and at last F. F means 15 here. So all these digits are known as hexadecimal digits. But just now we have to discuss about octal. So here the table is given. You can see here the octal numbers and equivalent binary we will see. So for example, for 0, for binary 0 we have to write 0 only. Let's write in 3 digits. For 1 we can write 001. For 2 we can write 010. For 3 we can write 011. For 4 we can write 100. Actually this is binary to decimal conversion. If you don't know this, then you have to see the first lecture of our 11th science computer subject. For 5 we can write 101, for 6 we can write 110, and for 7 we can write 111. So while talking about CH mode, it means permissions. 0 means dash means permission is not there, and 1 means permission is there. So we can say that 000 means dash dash dash, 001 means dash dash x, 010 means dash w dash. Same way 011 means dash wx. Same way 100 means r dash dash. Then 101 means r dash x. Same way 110 means rw dash, and 111 means rwx. So we have to use these numbers for giving permission. Here you can see, if you want to make this file, make particular file read only, it means you want to take away write permission and execute permission, then you have to use r dash dash, means octal number 4. So let's see in our example, ls minus l. Here you can see for snr1 file, the permissions are rw dash, rw dash, rw dash. Now let's give permission r dash dash, r dash dash, r dash dash. For that we have to use chmod, then 444, and then file name snr1. See 4 because we need to give r dash dash, because 4 means 100 in binary. So chmod 444 snr1. Again, when you give ls minus l command, it will show you permission r dash dash, r dash dash, r dash dash. For snr1 you can see here. So this method is called absolute method. So remember, there are two different methods for assigning permissions: relative method and absolute method. For absolute method, we have to use octal digit, octal numbers. As you can see here, chmod ugo minus w, it means the file becomes read only, because write permission we are taking from user, group and others, means all. Chmod u plus wx file name, it means to user we are giving w and x, write and execute both the permissions. So this way we can use chmod command.